นะครับผมนายวสุรัตน์สวัสดิ์เดชานะครับก็เป็นผู้ช่วยนักวิจัยสถาบันนาวิเวศศึกษานะครับก็สำหรับวันนี้นะครับเราจัดงานอาหารอินเดียนะครับซึ่งเป็นความร่วมมือระหว่างสถาบันนาวิเวศศึกษากับสถานทูตสถานเอกอัครราชทูตอินเดียประจำประเทศไทยนะครับซึ่งเราจัดขึ้นในครั้งที่2นะครับสำหรับหัวข้อในการเสวนาในครั้งนี้เนี่ยเป็นหัวข้อที่เกี่ยวกับสุขภาพเหมือนเดิมเหมือนกับครั้งที่แล้วที่เราพูดในเรื่องของอายุรเวทเพื่อสุขภาพนะฮะแต่ครั้งนี้เราก็จะโฟกัสเรื่องของเมนูอาหารต่างๆนะครับว่ามันทำให้เกิดประโยชน์ต่อสุขภาพอย่างไรนะครับโดยเราได้เกียรติจากผู้เชี่ยวชาญอาหารอินเดียนะครับมิสเตอร์แอชิสมาลิกนะครับหรือว่าเชฟแอนดี้นะครับ
สวัสดีครับ First of all I would like to apologize for the delay today as I had a little accident in my kitchen and I had a very deep cut on my thumb. So let me tell you about myself. I started my journey around 20 years back and been to many countries, started with a low scales one and finished my studies and went to UK, worked there for 4 years, then went to Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, worked in many restaurants, many hotels. But in the end, what I have decided to start my own thing because when I was working with an organization, I was bound to the dish which I used to make for them. I never got a chance to make my kind of food and to give it to normal local people like they can enjoy the variety of food which I know from my knowledge. So this is like how I started to quit my job and started my own setup and restaurant and everything. Today we're going to discuss about Indian food in different part of India, like why we have a different food in different part of India and all that. So let's start from here. Food. When I say food, what is the first thing comes in your mind? When I say food, what dish comes in your mind? Like Indian food or any. Maybe Thai, European, any dish.
I love sticky rice.
You like sticky rice? Right. If I say food, what the first food or first impression comes in your mind?
The taste of the food.
The dish. What food? Like he gets the sticky rice in his mind when he think of the food. Let's have sticky rice.
Okay.
So how about you?
Maybe I go with fried rice.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
So many people they have different thinking, imagination, taste for the food. Like and basically it depends where you belong. Like every country, every place have their own typical food. Like even in Thailand, if you go to north side, you get a different food. If you go to south side, they have a different variety of food and they have a different kind of food there. If we come to the Indian food, if we talk about the Indian food, it is a very big history behind it. We started Indian food from the era of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. It's so many years back. They have started to, making Indian food. And if we talk about Indian food, we have so many varieties of food that if we talk about that, it'll take us a whole month to finish everything properly. So today we made a little presentation about the food. We will discuss it and I'll try to show you from my best of knowledge. And if after that you have any question, you can ask me, yeah? So we'll start it from there. Diversity. You see, Indian cuisine varies from region to region. Like if we go to the north of India, it is very cold. So there is no vegetation. You cannot grow many things in snow. It is very cold there. So there people, they live on red meat. They live on, if you know about mutton, what do you call it? Pear. They eat pear, they eat beef and basically red meat. In northern India, they eat like that. And vegetation is also there very less. And how many of you know about the saffron? Saffron, yeah. It is very costly herb. if you calculate, it starts from around 250,000 per kilo. So that is the main herb which in Kashmir they grow on the mountains, and after that they export it to different parts of different countries, and in the world different places they distribute it. Okay, now if we go to the south side of India, we have many type of spices over there. Like we have cardamom, we have cinnamon, we have bay leaves, and many spices which comes from south of India. South India is very famous for their spices, their whole spices, basically what we call. And their main food is rice and seafood, because in south of India they don't have many what do you call it, lentils, you understand? Lentil, tuwa, yeah. So in south of India they don't have many types of tuwa there. So they have only one yellow color tuwa from which they make the sambar and the chutney. You must be knowing the white sauce, coconut sauce. They make that and they eat that. But their spices in South India, it's quite amazing, and they supply it all over the world. They supply all whole spices all over the world. Okay. Now we talk about the taste. What kind of taste we have? How many tastes we have? Like sweet, sour, tangy. What all taste we have on our taste bud? Like sweet. Yeah, we have sweet, we have sour, we have tangy, pungent, bitter. We have many tastes. In India, in Indian food, you get many varieties of taste even in a single dish. Like today, what we're gonna present in our food demonstration, you will see the variety that even in a one dish, you will feel so many spices, so many herbs in your mouth on one time, in a single go. So it tastes bud, the Indian food also tingles your taste bud. It helps you to improve your health also, nutrition also. Indian food helps in many things. Like if, how many of you know about the turmeric? Cumin? Cumin helps in, it is an antiseptic, everybody knows I guess. It is an antiseptic. If anyone falls from somewhere and you have a pain in your body anywhere, you just mix half tablespoon of cumin in milk, hot milk, and drink it. Within 15 minutes you will see the pain will release. It will decrease the pain, and it will lower the chances of infection also, because the cumin have the antiseptic qualities in it. So like have many. Yeah, the same thing. Like today I got cut on my thumb. So it was bleeding very heavily. To stop that and to stop infection, I put cumin on my wound. It was bleeding too much. So I put cumin and I put ice on it, pressed it for a while, then I went to the hospital for the further treatment. So like cumin, we have many types of herbs in Indian cuisine, Indian spices, which helps you in your daily basis also. Like if anyone have cold, like normal cold, yeah. So you can make normal Indian tea and put the black pepper, it's prick thai dam. You put that one pinch of prick thai dam in the Indian tea and you drink it. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you will feel that your cold is getting lower. Your cold is getting lower. It helps so much. If you have a bad throat, you can take ginger, cane. You can take ginger and you can just grate it, take out the juice, mix a little of half a teaspoon of honey, mix it with it and drink it. Within 5 minutes, you will feel the relief in your throat. If you had a bad throat, you will feel within 5 minutes. So like Indian, if you talk about Indian spices, Indian things, Indian food, we have many things in Indian food and spices. So change I explain. Okay. About India and Indian culture, Indian food. You can see over here the style of servings, the style of eating. In Thailand, I have seen many ways of cooking style. Like some people they they roast the chicken on iron skewer, on wooden skewer. They use different type of. Some people they don't use any skewer. They just put it on the grill, use the tong and do it on the charcoal. So it varies that how you cook the food, how you serve the food, how you eat the food. In India, there is a culture, in South India especially, that people used to eat with their hands. So now I have a little question. Don't look at the board, just listen to me and look at me and answer that why we should use our hand to eat the food. Just a normal question for everyone. Nothing particular about it. Like what will come in your mind? For example, I tell you something. If I'm a meat eater, I eat with my hand a chicken. I don't like the bone. So I can separate the bone with my fingers and eat it properly so that, and I can feel it that there is no bone inside. So I can only have the meat. Yeah? So this is just an example. And this is the style of eating in India. Like people can judge what is the temperature of the food. Is it too hot for your palate? Is it too hot for your tongue? Like if you eat a hot food, your mouth will burn. So by eating from hand, you prevent damage for your mouth as well. Like it happens with us so many times that we eat something with the stick holding and we bite it and it's too hot that we cannot eat it. And we get a blister sometime in our mouth and anywhere. So this is the Indian style to eat with hand so that we can see the temperature, feel the food and eat it so that it gives us the proper tummy full experience. Okay, this thing, ghee, is one of the main ingredients of Indian cuisine. If you see this is nothing else but clarified butter. Even this thing also, we made it from milk. This particular ingredient, I think, goes in more than 2,000 varieties of food in Indian food. It has a very distinct flavor, very subtle smell of it. When you smell it, you will feel very warm. It's very warm, very good for health. It has the best quality of the cholesterol in our body, HDL, what we call it. We have two types of cholesterol in our body. One is HDL and one is LDL. LDL is bad for our body and HDL is good. This contains the HDL part more. So in ancient time, there was no refined oil, palm oil or vegetable oil. People used to make this thing at home and use it in every cooking. Later on, doctors started to say that it has a lot of cholesterol, so that new companies, they launched the oil, different oil, this and that. So people forgot this real ingredient for cooking. Okay. As India, and if I call it like Thailand has many variety of rice. When I go to market, to metro or anywhere to buy rice, trust me guys, I just lost in the rice department. That what to buy. So much type of rice. But I haven't seen any long grain rice in Thailand. Like why don't we have it here? Why don't we have the long grain rice in Thailand?
Is it because of the geography that we can't grow the basmati rice there in the right field? Because like it requires like a certain weather or certain climate. I would say, you know, the soil to grow rice.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely correct. This is the reason. In India, we have many type of climate. We have cold, we have winter, we have spring, we have summer. So in India, we have a different types and variety of rice. You can see, in people call India is a rice bowl. Nowadays, many people, they are importing rice from India, the long grain rice. And how many of you have tried the long grain rice? You tried it, the basmati rice? Any of you? Okay, let me ask one more thing. How many of you had Indian food before? You had it. Anyone else? Never had it. So all are newcomers today for the Indian food. Okay, if I talk about Indian food, what comes in your mind? Like, is it smelly, too strong? What comes in your mind? The smell of the spices. Okay. How about you? What do you think for, if I say, okay, let's go for Indian food, what will you think? Indian food, no, it's too strong, it's too oily, or whatever. Like, what comes in your mind?
What's that? The taste.
The taste. So the same answer, like the taste, the strong flavor or something. But you never tasted. So you don't know that, you never tried Indian food, so you don't know the taste. Okay. So it happens that many people think that Indian food have a very strong flavor. It's not like that. We have different spices. It's almost like 109 spices we use in our Indian cooking. Every spice have a different flavor, different pungency, different taste, different effect. And it completely depends on your experience or on your studies, that what all you studied about that particular spice or particular food or vegetable, whatever. Like, for example, cardamom or cloves. If you put more into any dish, it will ruin the taste. So it depends on your experience and your study also, that how to use the spices in a proper way so that it suits everyone's palate. So that everyone can eat the food easily without hesitating that, okay, I cannot eat it, or think about it that it's not good for their palate. Okay. Now secondly, you see the rice is used in India. We use rice as a marriage ritual as well. When we like a girl get married, there is a saying in India. She used to hold the rice in her hand and throw at her back for the blessings of the family when she goes away from the home. So there is someone to take care of them. So that is rice. We like worship rice as a god as well. That, okay, I'm going back, I'm going home, you just take care of my family. So she throws the food at the family. So in India, we use this as a ritual in marriage rituals as well. So India is a very vast, for if you pick up any topic, India is very vast in everything, especially for food. It's an endless topic, yeah? Okay. Now you see here, how many type of food we have. East Indian, West Indian, North Indian, South Indian. Now there is the north of India, and you can see everywhere they have mentioned, we try to mention a little what we can fix in this page, that how many type of food we have. Every particular region, if you see, they have a different and their own specialty food, what they call, own specialty food. So if you count it here, I think it's more than 200 to 300 food right here. And it is just, I try to present that, just a highlight of that particular place. Just the highlight, like I have a restaurant here, we have a big menu, but in our one leaf, we only have 6 to 7 things which is highlight of my shop. So this is what we try to do here. For the area, we try to highlight the particular dish from particular state, city and all that. If anybody wants this one, a printout for this, that want to check that what kind of food that, can you get it from him? Okay. As I mentioned earlier, that Indian food is very nutritious as well. People think that Indian food is very hard to digest and very strong flavor, very oily. It's not like that. You can see here that most Indian food nutrition depends how it was cooked and the ingredient put into the dish. The same thing I mentioned before, that if you put any spice extra in the dish, it will spoil the dish completely. Like if I go to any restaurant and if I order tom yum soup there, and if the cook or the chef, he put more of what do you call it, the sweet jaggery? You know jaggery? In tom yum, they use that jaggery. If they put much of that and much of MSG, that is Ajinomoto,
they call it MSG. It will ruin the taste. So to make the perfect tom yum, you have to be very perfect for the spices and all the ingredients that how much you have to put. Same goes with the Indian cooking as well. Not Indian, any cooking, you have to be very particular about the spices and the way of cooking. Like in Indian food, the base gravy is tomato, ginger, garlic and onion. This whole ingredient is the base of Indian cooking. Now here comes the question that if you cook onions first, then you cook tomatoes inside, then you put ginger, then you put garlic, the taste of the dish will be different. Now on the second hand, when you put tomatoes first, cook it, then you put onion, then you put ginger garlic, it will taste completely different where the dish will be the same. So it depends the cooking style, how to cook, what to cook, when to cook, how much to cook. Indian cuisine is basically depend on that. If you roast the onion, if you fry the onions a little bit more, it gets burned. It gives you a bitter flavor in the dish. And if you leave it in a golden brown case, the onions, they give you a sweetness in the dish. Today you will gonna have a really different experience today when you have an Indian food, which is getting ready outside. So it's all depend on the way of cooking as well. Like we talk about the nutrition. One of my friend, he stays in Thailand, and he had a small accident. He slipped on the floor, and he broke this bone, collarbone. He broke his collarbone. So he went to some hospital. I don't want to name it. He went there and get the treatment for around 3 months. He was telling me that he cannot move his arm properly, he cannot up like before or right like that. So suddenly something came in my mind, which I used to do in India, which I used to do in UK. You know that pad, the mutton, yeah. The mutton leg, the lower part of mutton leg, it has a bone marrow in it. In India, we call it paya soup. If you want to write down, you can write. We call it paya soup. It helps to like if you have a bone crack or any problem with the bone, it helps to fix it as quickly as possible. He had medicines for like 3 months, and then he discussed with me that he's not getting okay, he still feels the pain and all that. So I went to the market, I bought that mutton legs for him. I cooked for him like every day for around 20 days. I gave him 1 meal every day of that mutton soup. We call it mutton paya soup. And within 20 days, he started moving his hand from here to here. And he mentioned that he don't feel pain in it, like not pain like earlier. So like you see, in Indian food, many type of things which helps you to cure your pain and your things in your body which is going wrong. So that's why we call it here Indian food nutrition, and it helps in your mental growth as well. Like in India, they say if you eat more of greens, it helps you to increase or to better your eyesight. It is good for your eyesight if you eat a lot of green spinach. In India, we have a lot of spinach, different type of spinach in India. So green helps for your eyes as well. And these have in India, we have many things which help for human nutrition. In Indian food, we have like many things. If we discuss and we talk about that, it will be a very long topic for that. So we'll move to the next slide. Okay. In India, you see this dish, dum chicken biryani. This is originally from Hyderabad, India, where Mughals started this thing. This is the actual Mughlai dish which they started. Then this dish traveled all over the India, not even in India, all over the world. This dish traveled everywhere. Everyone claims that this is our authentic dish. Everyone have their own style of cooking this particular dish. But the authentic dum chicken biryani was invaded or invented in Hyderabad, which is in India, where the Mughals stayed for a very long time. This has a very long process. Actually, this chicken biryani, it takes around 1 to 2 hours to cook it, because we don't cook it on the flame. We cook it on the coals actually. So it is a slow cooking process for this particular dish, dum chicken biryani. When you eat this, you will feel mint in your mouth, and the chicken is very tender, very soft, and the rice which we use in this dish is a long grain rice. Everywhere in India or outside India, they use a long grain rice to make this dish. You will get an experience to eat this in a while. So after that, I will talk to everyone and ask their experience about the food as well. Okay. Now you see here, this is the slow cooking process in India. Like in Thailand also, people use the skewers and they do it like this. You can see.
So the metal one and wooden one makes
Yes, it makes a difference. If you use the metal skewer, it gives you a different taste. If you use the wooden skewer, it will give you a different taste. So you see, in India, people do it like this. It gives a very unique taste to the dish. Like this, we can make any type of meat. Like we can make mutton, we can make beef, we can make chicken, we can make duck, we can make anything. Prawns, even prawns, we can do it like this way.
So this is coming from Central Asia.
Yes, exactly. This is the Indian thing, basically. In India, the Mughals, they started this barbecuing thing. And when the cold smokes goes into the chicken, it gives a completely different flavor. Like when we use, we have this in our menu today, we're gonna get to taste the chicken tikka, and we use the same process to roast it on the charcoal. Yeah, we roast it on the charcoal. And this is very good for like your smelling sense. Like when you eat something which is cooked on charcoal, you get the proper flavor for that dish particularly, and that smoky effect opens the nostrils, which gives you a proper aroma and proper taste for the food. Like we serve onions with the any barbecue dish in India. We serve like this salad, onion salad with it. Wherever you go in India, you will get this onion salad for free, a lot. Alright, this is one of the dish which is a bomb in India, I should say. This dish have around 50 to 60 ways how you cook it. Like many people, they use different ingredients, different spices to cook it, but the authentic way to cook this dish is you have to use around 28 spices in it. That's how you get a proper taste, you get a proper aroma in the dish. And this dish is very tricky to make. First, you have to roast the chicken tikka, the chicken on the charcoal. Then you have to make the base gravy. Anyone remember what was the base gravy have? Tomato, onion, ginger, garlic. So that base gravy we put into this dish, and we give it a smoky flavor on the pan itself. The chicken have a smoky flavor from the coal, and the base gravy we give the smoky flavor from the flame. Today I'll demonstrate to you that how we give the flaming or smoky effect to this chicken, and you will get to have different taste again in the dish. Okay. How many of you know about this dish? Have you ever tried this dish?
Yeah, try it.
Other than that, have you tried? Panipuri. Any of you tried this dish before? Never.
It's a good fun.
Yes, it is actually fun. Indian food is all about fun. Right? So This is Panipuri. In another word in India we call it puchka. In another state we call it golgappe. Different state, different people, they have a different way of pronouncing this dish particularly. But the taste is awesome every time I eat it anywhere in the world. Everyone, the same thing goes, that everyone makes the different spices, different things to make the water, the green water which we put inside. So it's all your experience, how good you are in mixing the right amount of spices in any dish. Isn't it? Like in any food, it's all depend on the amount and quality and kind of spices. Today you will experience this one. It's a round fried balls. We have to break it from the center, and then we have a potato mixture with onion and few spices with coriander. Then we fill that mixture in the balls, and then we have two type of sauce. One red, which is sweet and sour sauce, and the tangy water which we serve with this. You have to mix all together, and you have to open your mouth a little bit and put it inside, and then you feel all the flavors blasting in your mouth in one go. Am I right? You get so many flavors at one time. You start eating this, I promise you cannot stop eating it, at least until you have 10 or 15 in a go. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Many clubs in India, even in Thailand also, even in Bangkok also, we have seen they have started this dish in their bar, and they start putting vodka inside this. They put vodka with the red sauce and the green water. They mix vodka with this. If anybody tried it, I'll come back to you again. If never tried, I think you should definitely try this if you drink vodka or anything. But it tastes very amazing. They started promoting their clubs, their restaurants like that. They call it Golgappa shots. They call it Golgappa shots or Panipuri shots. So they fill any kind of alcohol which is their preference, they add the serve. Alright. Oh my goodness. I really love this dish. This is a dessert, one of the desserts in India, which is consumed I don't have exact numbers. You can get it in India everywhere. Every sweet shop, it is must to keep this dish there. It takes around 72 hours to make this dish. And it is pure, made up of rich things like cashew nuts, almonds, and you have to work with the milk for at least 4 to 5 hours so that the 1 liter milk becomes 250 grams. You have to make it dry the milk actually till that time. Then you have to add the saffron, which I mentioned earlier that in our northern India, Kashmir, they grow the saffron, which is around 250,000 a kilo. We put that thing inside, then we top with a little creaminess on top so that you get the sweet and the equivalent taste in the dish. Today also you will experience and you will see why we are showing this because these kind of dish is very famous and very rare in India. Like if you go to India, you have to have this. Nothing else. Like when I came to Thailand, I had that thing. Pad Thai and Sultan. It's like you get it everywhere. So this is a dish that you get everywhere in India, and it's basically a dessert. We eat it after the main course. All right. This is my own created drink. This is a chef's special drink which I have created it by using 16 spices in it. Like sometimes we go to restaurants and we overeat there. Like if I like mutton, I eat it too much. Okay, I feel my stomach is full. I had too much today. This is a kind of drink, it's fun, and it helps to digest what all you have. In my restaurant, when people come, of course they eat a lot because they say, alright, try this, try that. So they eat a lot, and after that, in the end, they always ask for this drink. The moment I come out with a glass in my hand and with all the ingredients, they get excited, they take out their phone, start making the video. Because when I put my secret ingredient in the water, it gives a bubbly effect and it oozes out like a volcano. It comes out like this. And in our restaurant, we put a challenge that if you finish the glass without spilling it, it's free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. So only 2 people till today, they try to finish it without spilling it. Today you will experience this also as a fountain shot, 16 spices, chef special. So I will say when you finish your food, you should try this in the end. This is the end course to digest your food, and you will see the effect of this 16 spices in the end.
So I get hungry again.
Yes, you can eat food again. If you're in my restaurant, I'll put more. Alright. This place, Jama Masjid, is the center of Delhi. This is the center of Delhi. And this place have so much variety of food that I cannot count on my fingers. Cannot. Have so much of variety. You get from veg to non-veg. If I'm not wrong, you can get around 1,000 types of food variety in just a 500-meter road. Just 500-meter road, you can get around 1,000 variety of food. This is very famous. This particular dish, we call it chicken fry. And we name it Jama Masjid Chicken Fry. There is a mosque. Masjid means mosque. They have a very old mosque in that area. These places are in front of that mosque. The one side, one lane is full of that food market and food shops. In this particular dish, the chicken fry, like in Thailand also, you have that kai thot. I tried that kai thot, but I find it very bland. There was no taste in it. I just tasted the oil and the namchin, yeah. This and which sauce is that? Namchin fry, the sweet chili sauce. We call it in India sweet chili sauce. So this is a particular kind of chicken fry that when you eat it, even in this particular chicken, we put around 12 to 14 spices. And the people who cannot eat spicy, I will say don't try this. Because this is little on. You see that? They put the spices on it. They put spices on it and they pack it like this. This particular shop, the guy, he sells every day around 5,000 kg of chicken. 5,000 kg of chicken every day. This is a very famous shop in that particular area. Alright. I hope I try to give you information about Indian food, what all I could do in this small time. And secondly, I would like to say sorry once again for today that I came late because I had an accident and I cut my thumb. I went to Thai to doctor and he said it will take around 2 months to get it properly done because I chipped my thumb into half. So yeah, I chipped it very badly. I was not able to come here, but it was my promise to you guys, for you guys to come and try to explain for as of my best knowledge. So I tried for that. Once again, I apologize. And thank you from my side. If you have any kind of question regarding Indian food, Indian spices, you can ask me. So anyone have any question?
I would like to ask you about like the western part of India and the eastern part. What is the specific kind of food? Because normally in the restaurant, we have like in the north and the south. And how about eastern ways?
Okay.
What is it unique about that?
Like if you go to the western part of India, the western coast is, we have the sea on that side. West Coast, we basically have a seafood there. Basically, we have seafood. And you heard of Mumbai? Anyone heard of Mumbai? Yeah. That is the western side of India. That way, we have many dishes, like here we have a burger. They have a burger kind of thing, and they put vegetable patties in it. They call it batata vada. Like they have many dishes, but they are basically snacks. If you talk about the western part, they basically live on the seafood, the fish, like we eat in Thailand. Like in Thailand, basically we have a seafood here. So western coast is about that. But when you go to eastern side, they have many varieties of food. Like you have heard of dim sum? Dim sums? Yeah. They have around 300 types and varieties of dim sum in eastern part. So eastern people, Eastern Indian people, they basically eat what do you call it? The whole flour, the flour. They make everything made up of flour. Like even dim sum, they make it with the flour. You have to make a dough and put pork, chicken, whatever kind of meat you like. You have to put it into that. And for cooking, they use natural things like leaves, the bamboo, the whole stem of the big tree. They use cooking, like they don't use utensils for that, basically. And the real, like eastern side of India, they use these kind of things. Even in South India, people use banana leaf for cooking the fish or whatever. They wrap into it and put it in coal and cover it with the mud and let it cook on the slow flame so that it gives you good flavors, everything together. This is how we go for the eastern and the western side.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I would like to pass it to my son Surya. He can explain you a little for our restaurant and the dish which you're going to try today. So he will explain little things about that.
สวัสดีครับใครนะครับเห็นหน้าหลายคนพูดไทยได้ครับโอเคก็วันนี้อาหารมาลงเมนู7ไอเทมนะครับผมอยากให้ลองโดยเฉพาะข้าวหมกไก่ที่เป็นไฮไลท์ของที่ร้านน้ำ Chicken biryani แกงไก่ชิคก้ามาซาล่าโอเค Chicken tikka เนี่ยเป็นไก่ย่างธรรมดาเป็นสแน็คเริ่มจากสแน็คก่อนไปปานิปุรีเป็น refreshment เดี๋ยวข้างนอกจะมีคนคอยพร้อมให้และอะไรที่กินไม่เป็นไม่ถามก่อนนะครับกลัวกินผิดแล้วหาว่าอาหารผมไม่อร่อยถามได้ครับผมก็จะมีเจ้าหน้าที่อยู่ใน2 คนมีผมคุณพ่ออยู่ช่วยตรงนั้นเชฟสเปเชียลหรือคุณพ่อจะเสิร์ฟให้นะครับมีอะไรอยากถามภาษาไทยไหมเลยเห็นเมื่อกี้ภาษาอังกฤษไม่กล้าถามด้วยไม่มีนะครับขอบคุณครับก็ขอบคุณเชฟแอนดี้นะครับที่ให้ความรู้แล้วก็ให้มุมมองใหม่กับพวกเรานะผมจะผ่านให้อาจารย์ดร.สุพฤกษ์นะครับถาวรธิการนะครับผู้บริการศูนย์วิทยาศึกษานะครับกล่าวสรุปสั้นๆนิดนึงนะครับแล้วก็กล่าวถึงอีเวนต์หน้าในอนาคตนะฮะว่าศูนย์วิทยาจะมีอะไรต่อไปนะครับ
Can do it in English or in Thai or both. Do it in English first. Thank you, Chef Andy, for coming. And sorry for your accident. Hope you get well soon. Your presentation looks very interesting. A lot of knowledge that I never know before. I think all of you have learned that as well. So afterwards, we start to have the tasting time, which is the highlight of today. And also, as on behalf of Indian Study Center of Thammasat University, we would like to continue this traditional exposure to food because most of Thai people are scared of Indian food. Yes, but in fact, the influence of Indian food is everywhere, especially in Southeast Asia and beyond East Asia as well. And we want to continue our series on journey of curry and how far it's go. So it's go as far as Japan and China as well. So this is the second in a row. So hopefully next term or next year we're going to have another event like this on learning and testing ขอบคุณมากครับ Thank you very much ขอบคุณครับ Can we have a group photo?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Before tasting.